when you look back to the regular season game with Maryland, how much bearing do you think that game has on this one, or is it irrelevant at this point?
I mean, it was definitely a great memory during the season. Really fun to play at Maryland and come out with a win there. They're a really good team and something we've known since then and before then. So I don't think it holds a whole lot of weight because they've always been a really capable and really impressive team. And it'll be exciting to dive into all the preparation this week.
What stood out to you about how much of the Duke game did you get to watch the other day? What stood out to you about Maryland team as opposed to the one you faced in March?
Yeah, I watched a fair amount of it, and I just was really impressed how relentless they were, making great plays on the offensive side, on the defensive side, at the face-off X. They're definitely a complete team, and I was really impressed by the way they played, the energy they had out there. And it's not surprising for sure because we've been fortunate to come up against them a couple times the last couple of years in the postseason, and it'll be an exciting one for sure.
We'll go to Mike.
Morning, Cole.
Morning.
Does it add something because it's Maryland, or the fact that it's the Final Four? It didn't matter who you're playing.
It's a good question. I mean, it's such a special opportunity to be back here in the Final Four, especially, being a fourth year and in my last opportunity here, and, so many great guys who have competed at such a high level for the last couple of years. So I don't know if it really necessarily adds something. It's just more a fact of the matter that, we're back in the Final Four. It's exactly where we always wanted to be. And it's really special to, pay that back to the younger guys who, haven't necessarily had that opportunity to be here and competing at this level. So overall, just a really special opportunity.
I know coming into the year you essentially expected to be here. That's the expectation at Virginia, is to be playing on this weekend. During that losing streak, did you, not give up hope or anything, but did you think you guys could get there, or was there honestly kind of some doubt creeping in and, hey, maybe this year we're not that good?
It's a good question for sure. I don't think there was any doubt. We're really lucky to have a lot of guys who have a lot of experience, and maybe we haven't experienced, losing consecutive games like that ever before, but that adds a whole lot of value and gives you a whole lot of perspective that, it's not easy to get to the championship weekend, and a lot of things have to go right, and we fixed a lot of those issues that, on the shortcomings where we were, not executing at 100%, the capability that we were capable of, and I'm really proud of our group for being relentless there and continue pursuing the ultimate goal for us. So really proud of our group.
A slightly different topic, but you've told me a few times, when you've got a goalie behind you, you're trying to get him the shots that he likes to see, right? The shots that particular goalie is comfortable with. For a defense, is it hard if you're not sure which goalie it's going to be because maybe Kyle and Matt have different preferences?
It's really all the same. It really starts with us. Like you said, we've talked about it a couple times, but it's so important to get the goalies the shots that they want to see. And we know collectively as a defense what's good and what's bad. And so when we're not taking away those strengths from other teams, it's a really hard situation for the guys behind us. And, no matter who's in there, I'm 100% confident that they're going to play incredibly well. We're blessed to have some really incredible talent in the goal, on defense, and everything up from there. So, as we continue to do better job, we'll see the goalie continue to play at a great level. So we're really lucky.
And last one on that front, but you guys kind of got right against St. Joe's by simplifying things a little bit on defense. Is a simpler defense good enough against a team like Maryland?
Yeah, it's a really good question. I think there's a couple ways to go about that. It's really nice to have a simple defense and have everyone on the same page. But when you have, incredibly talented players all around, or a team executing a different type of scheme, sometimes it's not that simple. And so I think it's finding a balance of where you can, have a couple of different more complexities and execute at that level, and then also, understand that we're really confident in what we do and what we've learned to do here at Virginia as a defense, and why not keep executing that at the highest level we can when we've seen some great results from it.
Thanks, man.
Oniakon?
Hey, Cole, how are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm good. You've obviously been to the Final Four before and have played in it in Philly. Does this year feel any different in any way? And has there been anything that you've kind of told the younger guys that haven't experienced playing in the Final Four and playing on a stage like this?
Totally. Yeah. I mean, I think it only really feels different because it's the last opportunity, you know, I personally have had to get here and we're here, you know, and that's such a special moment for me. It's so special to, you know, maximize the time with this group of guys and our coaching staff, support staff, everyone top to bottom. And I'm incredibly grateful and incredibly fortunate for that. And in terms of, you know, talking to the younger guys, they'll see, like, as soon as we're out there Friday practicing, Saturday for the game, it's an amazing environment. It's everything you could have dreamed of as a lacrosse player growing up, and you got to lean into that and just really embrace it and enjoy it. You know, you got to have so many more moments of you know, joy and passion out there as opposed to, you know, being timid and uncomfortable. And I think that message is getting across real well to our group, and really excited to get after it on Saturday.
And then for you guys, obviously you guys got off to a slow start against Hopkins, but this weekend, how important do you guys feel it's important to get off to a faster start this time around?
I mean, it would be great to get off to a fast start. You know, everyone wants to, you know, ideally have that happen in a game, but to be a team that's been tested and been down at the start of games multiple times this season, and, you know, never give up that hope and always, you know, feel comfortable in the position we're in with our back against the wall, that's really special. So I'm so proud of this group that, you know, we've had games where we've come out firing up top and gotten it done. We've had games where we've come out down 4-0, 5-0, whatever it may be, and still won and had the same outcome. So, you know, nothing else really in the past matters. It's all about what's going to happen hopefully this weekend, Saturday, and hopefully beyond. So overall, just really happy with our group.
Aiden?
Hey, Cole. I know it's really early in the scout this week, but as far as what you've seen from Maryland in the past couple weeks, they're not very individualistic offense. They really pick heavy. As far as those matchups, do you favor sticking on your guy more or switching heavier with an offense like that?
Yeah, I think it kind of depends. They obviously have some really special guys on the offensive end, and a lot of great players who, you know, just elevate the level of play out there for them. So I think it's kind of a balance. There's sometimes you want to stay with your matchup. There are other times where, you know, a switch happens and you're comfortable, you know, guarding whoever you end up on. And I think, you know, as we go farther into the week, we'll understand, you know, what we're going to do there. But really, you know, impressed watching Maryland because they're capable of doing a lot of different things out there.
Luke?
Can you just talk about defending different sized attackmen? You know, going against Angeles is like really the little dude who's like super quick. And do you change your preparation when you head into a Maryland game where you might be moved around a little bit, but it's certainly going to be a different style of player who you're going up against?
Totally. Yeah, it definitely is a little bit of a different feel. I think I kind of realized, you know, this year for me personally, the more I'm able to, you know, kind of extend and get pressure on ball and keep my attackmen at a length on their initial dodge is really helpful for me, you know, with my frame and being able to move, you know, all around the goal. So that's definitely been really helpful in my preparation. That being said, like you're saying, Maryland has a lot of different guys, a lot of different size players, whatever it may be. So, you know, it's not going to be, you're not going to be able to, you know, have one move or one approach that's going to be able to defend all of them. So you got to really be comfortable, you know, playing against a bunch of different guys. And we're lucky we have guys in practice who give us that look all day. You know, one day I'll be guarding Shelley, one day I'll be guarding McCabe, one day I'll be guarding Schutz or Boyden. So I'm definitely confident in our guys executing that.
Can you also take me through the communication with Schroeder and Fulton and Prestopino when he's in there, and even Ben to a certain degree, and how that's progressed throughout the season, and how that's maybe been different from you as, you know, the older anchor of the defense?
Yeah, totally. It's definitely a little different. It was a different, you know, this fall, looking around, not seeing Cade or Q or thinking about all that Kyle Kaloji did for us, Jared, all those guys. But this group has picked it up and ran with it. They do such an incredible job communicating. Obviously, we see what they do on ball, off ball. So really impressed with everyone as a whole. But yeah, it's been really impressive to see John especially come a long way with his communication, his understanding of the schemes. I mean, he's a beast on ball, one of the best on ball defenders I've ever seen. And it's crazy that it's only his first year playing college lacrosse. So really exciting stuff to come from him in the future. George has done a fantastic job. Michael Prestopino gets in there, Griffin Kaloji. I mean, Ben makes play after play, so we're really lucky to have all those guys, and they've done a fantastic job.
Take any last questions for Cole?
I'll do one more. About Chase Yeager, and kind of a lot of people say about defense says your defense is only as good as the guys that get picked on. How huge is it to have the short stick middies play this well, especially looking back at the old runs and guys like Chris Milo and Dave Smith and John Fox in the past?
It's imperative, I think, to a successful team, and we have such an incredible short stick midi crew. Chase Yeager obviously played a ridiculously amazing game this past weekend and has been doing that all season. Like, to be almost leading the conference in college turnovers as a short stick midi, it's crazy. And I wish I'd spent more time with, or I wish I had more than just 1 year with him, because he's just an amazing person off the field too. But to have a guy like that kind of influencing a whole room with, you know, 2 first years that are playing really impactful minutes in Will Burt and Will Erdman, and then having Noah Chismar, who has so much experience, and, you know, I could say the exact same thing about Noah. It's amazing. So we're really incredibly fortunate to have those guys, and they're going to keep making plays, so it'll be fun.